Watching.
Okay, now we are live. Sorry for a little delay. We delayed by 6 minutes, and which is very bad, but that's all what we got. Okay, so we are already getting a lot of chats, and the video which we are going to do today is going to be a continuation of the previous video which we already did about AR Foundation. All right, so हमारे साथ इस समय Team XRDI से भी काफ़ी लोग जुड़े. So everybody from Team XRDI is joining at a Google Meet session. So Khushi is there, there is Satakshi there is Kushal there is Sugnath there, Bhanu Teja and Priyanshu. Tarang is also there. So सभी XRDI members भी हमारे साथ टीम XRDI भी हमारे साथ है और हम आज एक मेजरमेंट ऐप क्रिएट करने वाले. मुझे एक जो प्रेजेंटेशन है वो मेरे पास होनी चाहिए था बट अभी नहीं है. But I think we can do without a presentation as well. Let me also show you the previous work जो हमने यहाँ पे ये क्या सर्च कर रहा हूँ मैं XRDI. मैं अपना ही चैनल सर्च कर लेता हूँ एक बार. So इस चैनल पे आपको अगर आप चैनल पे जाओगे तो सबसे पहले तो लाइक और सब्सक्राइब कर दो. So ये सेशन इस समय लाइव चल रहा है which is about which is about build a augmented reality measurement app. प्रीवियसली जो हमने एक ऐप बिल्ड करा था ऑगमेंटेड रियलिटी का, वो मैं आपको बता दे रहा हूँ वो कौन सा है. वो आपको दैट इज नॉट दिस वन. हाउ आई बिल्ट दिस वन. हाउ कैन आई फॉरगेट. ओके, सो ये एक सेशन है जिसमें हमने एक ऐप बिल्ड करा था. एंड लेट मी क्विकली शो यू कि वो ऐप का आउटपुट कैसा होता है. तो इस ऐप का आउटपुट कुछ ऐसा होता है राइट कि आप एक बेसिकली एक प्लेन फाइंड कर सकते हो और उस प्लेन पे चीज़ों को दिखा सकते हो. राइट, इजंट इट. सो उस प्लेन पे हम यहाँ पे इंडियन नेशनल फ्लैग को दिखा रहे थे. तो हम एक प्लेन डिटेक्टर बना रहे हैं और उसके ऊपर कोई ऑब्जेक्ट प्लेस कर रहे हैं. सो आज का सेशन जो है उसका एक कॉन्टिन्यूएशन है क्योंकि जो भी ऑगमेंटेड रियलिटी एप्लीकेशन में अगर आपको मेजरमेंट करना है तो उसका तरीका ये रहेगा. मैं हिंदी और इंग्लिश थोड़ा कंबाइन कर रहा हूँ, आई एम सॉरी. तो इफ़ यू वांट टू make a measurement app in augmented reality, let me just first find the zip. I must have downloaded a zip into that folder where I keep all my projects. So let me just go in my working Unity, and there must be a zip related to Independence Day AR. Let me quickly extract this zip. Okay, extract. Awesome. Okay, so ये जो है हमारे पास आ गया है. इसको हम Unity पे खोल लेते हैं सबसे पहले. Let me just first add this project Independent Day XR. So it has to be in the Independence Day folder. Okay, this is our project which we want to open. So let me just open it. ये मैंने पिछले वर्जन पे किया था, so I'm going to select the this version of Unity, and I think it should be compatible with this version. Okay, so let me first guide you about किस तरीके मैं थोड़ा सा बता देता हूँ कि आपको किस तरह के पैकेजेस की ज़रूरत होगी और क्या क्या चीज़ों की ज़रूरत होगी इस सेशन को स्टार्ट करने के लिए. Okay, so we will be building it on ARFoundation. What is ARFoundation? ARFoundation is basically a library from Unity, and it itself does not have any computer vision code. Okay, so AR के लिए आपको you require a lot of computer vision, but this ARFoundation itself does not contain any computer vision code. So now the answer is from where this computer vision code will arrive. So the computer vision code will arrive from the AR core and AR kit libraries. So it means you require these two packages mainly. One is the ARFoundation and the other one is the AR code or AR kit. Okay, so what will ARFoundation will do for us? ARFoundation will basically give us the link between AR kit and AR code. So for example, this provides you the platform independence. If you build your solution just on AR kit, you can run on iOS only. If you build your solution on AR core, you can build on Android only. But if you choose AR ARFoundation, you can build your session on both. You can choose any one, and you can. So this is the flag project. Let me just name it as flag, reload. Okay, so do you want to see the output of this flag project? Let me just find my, okay, am I connected to my phone? Let me just check, dismiss. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to build this project for you so that you can see once the output of this particular project. All right, so how do I build it? Go on the build settings, hold on, this, then build settings, files, build settings, and let's give it a name. And hold on, yeah, correct scene is selected, so give it a name, flag AR, and we are going to build this. So this is the previous project. अगर आपने ये इस project के बारे में, if you don't know, you can simply go to that particular video, which you'll find on my channel XRDI. On this channel you'll find the video somewhere in the videos. You'll find the video with the flag. So this is the video, this video is the first video in this series, and the second is going to be the continuation of this video which we are building today. So make sure you watch this one as well. I'm also going to explain what I did in that session so that I can move ahead. Sir, can videos about AR development in Android Studio? Yeah, surely we can also build AR in Android Studio. One of my friend is doing just that. He's building the augmented reality in native apps. So we can definitely do that, and that's totally possible. So yeah, that is possible. That is something very possible. Tanisha asked, will the video be available after the live session? Yes, surely after the live session, the video will be available on the same YouTube channel. So make sure you subscribe to that YouTube channel. And if you don't know about our community, you can find all the links related to the community, and you can learn more about the community. Okay, so now everything is built. Now we already have this zip, this APK. So let me just transfer this APK to my phone. My phone is this Samsung. The phone I'm using is Samsung M31. So that is a pretty good phone for AR. It's not letting me transfer the APK for some reason. I'm not sure why. Let me just restart the Droid, AR Droid. I'm sorry, this is going to be a little long process. Hold on. Yeah, we got it here. Awesome. So let's connect to my phone. Let's try to send this APK file here. Why you are not letting me send this APK? My phone is connected to Wi-Fi. That's true. Something is wrong with this. Let me just. ये एप्लीकेशन बहुत अच्छा काम करता है. It's just a perfect app, but I suffered because of this app 2 times previously as well. I was doing one video in which this application was not working very well, so it's logged in again. It's restarting. I'm not sure, maybe it has some problem with OBS, because OBS के टाइम पे इसका कुछ प्रॉब्लम तो होता है चलाने में. Yeah, now it's working. Now I can send my APK to my phone, and I'm receiving the APK on my phone. Let me also connect to my phone so that you can also see what's going on my phone screen. Okay, so I'm also going to do this. I got notification on my phone, and as you can see, let me also show you my phone here. So here you'll be able to see that in a few time. Just connecting. I've given access. Okay, I got it. So as you can see, I have tested a lot of apps, and the first one I'm going to click, and this says Independence Day AR. Let me hit install, and it's installing. Okay, it's done installing. Let me just restart the app. I hit open, right? I don't think. Let me just see flag AR install Independence Day. Hold on. let me just reinstall. I think I missed something. Independence Day AR is the name of the app, is installed. Okay, there was no open button, so let me just find the app. Hold on, this app and open this. All right, so we got the app working. Okay, so it is already trying to detect a lot of planes on the surface, and I'm going to tap somewhere and it will say XRDI wish you happy Independence Day. This is the last project we built. So as you can see, we can also drag the plane anywhere I want, drag one point anywhere I want. Okay, so I can drag it further, I can drag it closer. So this is what we wanted. For example, now imagine instead of this Independence Day flag, if we added a plane. Okay, for example, instead of this Independence Day flag, we try to add a plane, a single instead of sorry, a single point, and then we add another point, and then we measure the distance between these 2 points. Okay, so what we have to do, we don't have to care about the complexity of the real world. Okay, this is the key secret of AR. The real world is very complex, and the library is already going to take care of the complexity of the real world. So what you have to basically care about is how you gonna basically replace the complexity of real world with the planes and basic objects. Okay, so the table is going to be replaced by a simple plane generated by your code. Okay, so I'm going to explain this code right now because in the previous video I did, and I'm going to, and this is a live session, so I have time to explain. Okay, so how do I generated this? Let me just first open package manager. So you can go to Windows and package manager, and I have docked my package manager here. So as you can see, I'm using three packages. One is ARFoundation. So I'm using the ARFoundation. Make sure you are using the latest version. Okay, next package you already gets installed with this is AR subsystems. So you can see AR, whenever you will install the AR foundation, subsystem will install automatically. You don't have to care about that. And third package what you require is either the AR core package or you require the AR kit XR plugin. Okay, so either this or AR core XR plugin or AR kit XR plugin, whatever you want to build for. If you want to build for iOS, make sure you using AR kit. If you are building for AR core, you are using Android. For Android, you're using AR core. Okay, so this is clear, and let's look at the script, how I'm generating this. So let me, yeah, this is a basic setup, basic AR core setup. I'm going to explain this when we'll create the new scene. Let me just create the new scene. Okay, so I'm going to duplicate this. The scene is duplicated. Let me name it measure. All right, so we have this new scene. Okay, so I'm going to explain this, but before I explain this, let me just explain this spawn distance code. Okay, so I'm going to explain this for you, what this spawn distance code is doing. Okay, any queries so far? Okay, no queries so far. That is amazing, which means yeah. Okay, so yeah, save changes. Hold on. Okay, so we got this. So what we are doing, first we have this AR raycast manager, and you'll see how we are using this. For AR raycasting, we require this AR raycast manager component, so make sure you add this. Next, we got the instance of that AR raycast manager here. Then we have list of AR raycast hits, because there will be many hits. But let's talk about how this is working. So first we are checking if somebody is touching on the screen or not. So this is a simple screen touch code. So if somebody is touching the screen, let's look at this function. Okay, so if the touch count is greater than 0, which means somebody is touching the screen, okay, maybe one finger, maybe two finger. Here we are caring about only one finger, so we are checking if somebody is touching the screen, get the position of the first touch, which is the first finger, and we store in this package, in this variable, and we return that variable using this out function. Otherwise this will be false. We are also taking this bool return. Okay, if the position is there, the return will be true. So that's how you build multiple return variables, so using the out variable. All right, so now the touch position has the touch position. So if touch position is there, only then this code will reach this line. Okay, so what this is doing, if there is no touch, then return, okay. Now what's happening if touch is there? So if touch is there, okay, then what we are doing here, then we are checking, firing a raycast, fire a raycast from where you will fire, from touch position, obviously. So which means the finger position, from touch position, and the return of this raycast position. Wait, you know, in normal raycast method, physics.raycast, you put an out here like this, but this is not the physics.raycast method. This is a different raycast method, so you don't require that out. So this is the AR raycast method, you don't require out, and you have to specify what type of raycast object you are trying to check against. So there are multiple types. We are interested in plane, okay, because we have the plane with polygon instead of bounds. Okay, so we are interested in plane with polygons, and then we get the hits. We are interested in the first hit. Okay, so why there are many hits? Because they are layers. Okay, there could be multiple layers. For example, one plane is on top, second player is on bottom, so you will get two hit positions on the same point. There could be two planes on top of each other, so you will get the first the top plane layer of the first top plane. So now that particular plane is stored here. Okay, that plane point where we got the hit, plane dot position, it's basically is stored here, and in that plane dot pose, whatever the plane pose is there, we are basically spawning one object if there is no object already there in the scene. Okay, and then we are applying the positions values, means wherever we have to place, and that's all the code which was running in the flat project. I already did a video about that project, you can definitely check that. All right, error 4 second or less, frequency of 4 second or less, currently keyframes are not seen often. Okay, no issues. We explained what we were doing earlier. So now let me create the new scene and start working on the newer version. I'll show you how to set up a scene. I'll show you how to move further with this. So let me first delete everything in this session. So I delete everything. Let me even delete, no, we don't need to delete. Okay, let me go here and the measure scene and delete this scene. Okay, let me create a new scene, because only then you will understand. Name it measure. Okay, override. Okay, no issues. Create a scene called measure. Okay, we are into the scene. I'm going to delete this main camera because we don't require it, because it's AR. Now you have this AR section. Okay, make sure you choose this AR session here. You required an AR session. This will take care of the camera access. This will take care of the session. It will start the session and end the session and keep track of session. Now we require session origin. This is basically related to the place, and it also contains the camera on which everything will go. Okay, so now what I'm going to do, I'm going to use the same script on this object. As you can already see, this object script is there. Okay, so now what I'm going to do, I'm going to create one single point. Let me just create one single point. So create a sphere. Okay, this is a huge sphere. This is a 1 meter sphere, so I don't need 1 meter, I need to divide it by 100, which means 1 centimeter sphere I want divide by 100, and same with all. So I'm going to copy this and paste it. All right, so we got 1 centimeter per sphere, and we have to place it somewhere here. We don't require to place, okay, let's place it somewhere here. You got that point, that small point on the screen, that is your sphere. Let me also add some material to this so that it looks even more beautiful. A dark red, okay, that will basically represent the point, measurement point very well. Okay, so this is the sphere what we want to represent. Let me add this sphere into the prefab. I'm going to test the scene for one time. Okay, so in this placement section, you have to place this sphere. Now it will you should be able to now place the sphere and test your AR scene basically. So let me just do the same thing. Add that particular section. I'm going to change a little bit of change, make a little bit of changes in the settings so that it creates a different app. I'm going to name it measure app. Okay, and rest settings, what you should care about, make sure there is no Vulkan API. So there will be one more Vulkan API. You can remove that Vulkan API from here. Make sure in the settings the minimum API level is more than 7. 8 is fine, and this is automatic. Okay, if it's not automatic, that's a problem because it might not run a lot of devices. Okay, so yeah, that is fine. In the XR settings, make sure this is off. Previously this was the something which you have to care about, but now make sure this one is off, and the AR core settings required is here. Okay, make sure this button is turned on. Okay, that's all what sort of setting you needed. Let me name it as measure app. Measure app. I'm going to create this app. All right, so what we have changed, almost nothing. Instead of flag, you will see one red point, 1 centimeter red point, and you will see it in your scene. Okay, any questions so far, guys? On the meet, can you, if you want to ask anything, you can unmute yourself, you can ask your questions. Okay. Okay, so I got the build working. Let me just put it in my phone. AirDroid, open AirDroid. खुल जा भाई, क्या कर रहा है? AirDroid is having some problem. It has some problem when OBS is running. So it's very common. Let me just restart. Kill the task manager of, okay, it's already killed. Start AirDroid again. Okay, we have the AirDroid working. Where is the app? We have the measure app which is built just now. Okay, connect to my phone and send the app there. Okay, so let me send, where is my app? This is my app, measure app, and I'm going to send it here. Okay, so let me also show you that I am what is happening on my screen. So I'm going to connect with my phone and going to mirror it again, screen mirror. It's allowed only one device each time for free account. Okay, I'm only doing one device. What is wrong with you? I don't know what is wrong. Hold on. Failed to send. Something is wrong with my AirDroid. I don't know what. Let me just open AirDroid, connect to laptop, hit retry. It works very smooth when I'm not streaming, but it has all these problems when I'm streaming, so I don't know what is wrong. It's not sending over Wi-Fi, at least not now. So let me kill my Android on phone and restart, connect again. Okay, it's connected, and I'm going to send my APK again. Hopefully it's sending on Wi-Fi now. Okay, it's sending on Wi-Fi. Okay, I got my application. Let me install it. Okay, so I have this application running right now. As you can see, it's asking me to access the camera. Okay, let me just turn on the camera. You can see it will try to find, my desk is very messy, but I'm going to try finding one, try finding plane. It should start finding plane right away. It's not finding for plane for some reason. Let me just check what is wrong. It's not, sometimes it takes some time to find the plane, but let me just check that what is wrong, what I did wrong, what is missing here. Okay, so it should find the plane. Oh, I'm really sorry. You need a plane. I forget to attach the plane finder here. Okay, so if you look at this particular other scene, okay, the flag scene, here on the session you will find this plane manager. Okay, on we have to assign our plane here, so I forget to add the plane manager. This is why it was wrong, and let me do it one more time. Add a plane manager, but you got what we were missing, right? AR plane manager, and you have to assign your plane here, so make sure you add it there. Okay, so now let's rebuild it. I'm really sorry, we wasted a lot of time, but okay, is it safe? Let me save. Let me try once more time. I hope we did it right this time. So turns out it was,
Like to also show you guys that how you make that plane, like how to make the plane. Whoever come first here, they are watching. Who are watching the first time?
how to make the plane. Hello.
Yeah, because we know, but how to make the plane, like the you added a object, but how to make that prefab of plane. What are the things?
Okay, okay, I'll show you. I'll show you. Okay, so uh, let me check where is my APK. So here is the updated APK. I'll show you how to make the plane, but let me just uh, send this APK to my device one more time. So I'm downloading that. It's downloading very slow. Okay, I got another app. Install it. Hold on. I don't think I used the right version. Yeah, this was the APK, right? Let's hope I'm using the right version of APK this time. It should start detecting some planes. Okay, yeah, the plane is detected now, as you can see. If I tap, you can see there is one single red dot. All right, it's very small, it's 1 centimeter in diameter. Okay, so you can see I can move this dot across to any position. Okay, so I can move this dot wherever I want. All right, so we are halfway done. So because now what we need to do, we need to add one more dot. So one dot here and maybe one dot at the end of the mobile, and then we'll measure the distance between these two dots, which is very easy. So now let's write some code for adding that particular dot. Okay, so if somebody asks me how do I add the plane, so it's very easy. Right click, go on XR, and you can choose AR default plane. Okay, so you can create your AR default plane. You can you don't have to make any changes here. You can simply drag it across here sorry, and you have your AR plane object. Okay, AR plane prefab. So that's all what was needed. Okay, so now I'm going to yeah, we have to place 2 points at least. Okay, so now let me add a point manager or something. Okay, so I'm going to add a point manager. I'm going to add this new script as point manager, create and add. Now it's creating a script for us. Okay, double tap on this and you are in the point manager. Hold on, I think it's starting. Yeah, point manager is here, and you can see there are some predefined code. I can simply delete that. Now what we have to care about is we need a list of points in between we will do the calculation, right? So we need a public list of game objects, which we call point game object, and we'll call it points. All right, so this is what we want. We need a point prefab. Okay, public game object, and we'll call it point prefab. All right, what we also need, let me just start coding. We need a add function, void add point. All right, we need one add function. Okay, when this add point will happen, what we'll do, we'll create one game object g equal to instantiate that 1 point prefab. Okay, we created a new point of the same point, and then we can basically add it to our list of points. List of points dot add, and we got our point here. Okay, so but will this make the plane, will this make any difference to the existing code? No, we have to specify this particular object that new point is created. And how we gonna do it? So let's first check how this was doing. This has this placement object which was working at the the particular prefab. Okay, so we had this object, and this object was spawning whenever we were finding a hit. Okay, whenever one hit was there, one touch was there, this we were spawning that, and we were moving this particular spawn object. So now what we will do, I'll delete that. I'll make this a spawn point a public. Okay, but not just any kind of public. I'll hide from inspector to reduce to increase the simplicity. And I had to access this from my point manager. So what I'll do, I'll make it a singleton. So public static. Do you know what is a singleton? Okay, and I'll name it spawn. Okay, I'll name it instance. Okay, awesome. So I'll assign this in my awake. All right, so now I can access it from the class name itself from anywhere, and I have access of all the public members of this code. So for example, if I do spawn object detection instance dot what I need to access, spawn point. So spawn object is going to be the newer object, which is our g. Okay, we don't have to do anything else. Okay, so we got that reference here. So whenever now remove this line. So what will happen now is whenever you we also don't need this code, because this is basically simply the same thing. Okay, so for example, if this is null, do nothing, and otherwise yeah, make this happen. Even this is fine. Okay, so now what we have to do basically, and what we know is it will never be null, because I'm going to make an exception, make that particular exception never happen. Okay, so yeah, so this add point function will call from somewhere else, like a plus button on the UI, and you'll keep adding more points. Okay, so now let me and the first point will be called from our script only. So whenever the first point will have we'll add a point, add point. Okay, now let's make this function public, because as I said, it will occur from the UI. Let me add this button which will add some sort of points. So let me move it to portrait so that I can see where the point will add. Now this is a portrait screen. I'll simply add some point, add a canvas UI, and add a button there. All right, so now we have a button there, and we can why the portrait is like this. 1619 portrait is fine. Okay, so I'm going to double tap on the button. I'm going to name this button as add button. Hold on. अरे अरे भाई चल select करने देना, हद है यार. Okay, now I have the drop down. Add. Okay, so I got this add button, and I have to make sure that add button is there. So for some reason it's not. Oh, sorry, I'm really sorry. I think I was not selecting. Hold on. Yeah, now it's fine. All right, so now I have to select this add button. Make sure it's inside the canvas. The button is too large. Okay, all right. Why I'm not able to select this button? Okay, I'll put this button here. Okay, so for example, I have an add button, a very big and very ugly add button here. Okay, so yeah, this is doing for us right now. Okay, so I think this is how much percent of this screen it's taking, what percentage of screen. Let me check. Okay, so it's there. I think it's 10% of the screen. Now the problem is, whenever you will hit this button, you'll face one problem. इतना भी कोने में नहीं रखता हूँ क्योंकि because my phone has a notch which will get some problem because of this. So let me add this button somewhere here, and this is, I believe, the first 10%, maybe yeah, around 10% of the screen. So I have to make a little bit of changes in this code somewhere here. Okay, if this touch position dot y is less than 10% of the screen, we have to ignore the touch. Okay, so we have to take care of that because we don't want our touch to get affected from when we are trying to touch our UI. So we have to take care of that as well. So now how are we gonna do it? So if that touch position dot y, okay, whatever the y touch position is, which means the top is less than some you can say screen dot width height times 0.1 f. okay, this means 10%. अगर ये 10% से कम ऊंचाई पे है touch position, then what we will do, then we'll also return false and touch position will be default. Let me just try this code. So that's how we are ignoring first all the UI of this application should go on this part. Okay, you got it. So ignoring touch at UI area, all right, which is 10% top of screen. Hopefully this will work. Let me just assign my button function. So I'm going to add the button is function is here, and this is point manager dot add point function. All right, so let me just test the code so far. Let me just check. Okay, this code looks fine. Yeah, this code looks fine. This code also looks fine, and I think this should work. Let me just check this. File build settings and build again. Go to refresh it. AirDroid is closed automatically, so let me just start AirDroid again. No issues, AirDroid. Okay, we got our APK. Awesome. So let me just start AirDroid on my phone. I have it on my phone. I'm trying to start it on my laptop as well, but it's not starting. Awesome. Okay, connect with my phone. I'm going to drag my APK, updated version of that, and I received it. Okay, I have it here. I'm going to do one second, guys. I'm just changing some settings on my phone. Okay, all right, I think we are good to go. Okay, so I'm going to install the APK. Let me just first share my screen as well. Screen mirror. I've given permission from my phone. Yeah, I got the APK. Let me install Measure app. Awesome. So I'm going to open the app. It's going to ask for camera access. Okay, allow the camera access. We got our application running. We can place the first point whenever the plane is detected. Well, not detecting plane. Okay, now the plane is detected. Okay, so now the plane is detected, and now we can drop our first point. So, okay, there is the point. I cannot see the point anywhere on the screen. There is something wrong with the touch position code. It's not happening. Okay, there's something wrong. It's not working. Let me try to find what is wrong with this. Yeah, this should work. Only thing which is problematic is this: if touch position.y is less than screen height of 10% of screen height. Okay, this code could be problematic. Let me just try to uh, block this code and try that app again, but you will face some problem because the touch will not ignore. Let me try building this one more time. Yes. Okay, this is the measure app refreshed. बस कर भाई, बार बार ये आता है. Okay, awesome. Now I have this installation. It's taking time. It's a time-taking process to build applications, isn't it? So okay, plane detection started. Here also we detected one plane, but now on tap, for some reason there is no point placement happening, which we tested in the previous time was working. I don't know what is wrong. Hold on. Let me just check this code one more time. Code looks fine. I think कुछ उसमें prefab वगैरह हिल. Okay, awesome. This is what we did wrong. Okay, I'm really sorry. We forget to add the point prefab. Okay, let me just select our point. Let me just select the point in the prefab. We can select our point. So this is what we did wrong. Previously it was in there, but now it's moved to here. Okay, so now that one thing is changed. I did a major mistake there. I'm really sorry. Now build again. It's a tedious process to build again and again. All right, but now okay, install one more time. Install. Now you will see what problem I was talking about when we'll place the prefab. Yeah, let me just detect plane. Okay, now the plane has started detecting. Drop one, and I can also drag this point anywhere I want. Okay, but when I'll add that second point, let me add a second point. Hit add, and now I can add the second point and drag anywhere I want. Add one more point, add third point. So now now you saw what happened when I press the add button. So now third point is added there, but now the problem is the second point is moved moved there. Okay, why it happened? Because at this add button it's taking one position. So if I touch on the add button, you can see wherever I press the add button, I can place points there. Okay, so that is one big problem right now. We have to build a mechanism to ignore this add touch area, and that's what we did in this code. So let me just disable this code, test one more time if this is working. Okay, okay, now this line is comment. All right, so I can test it. Okay, everything is fine. Build one more time. We got our build in which folder? This folder. Measure app 1056. Okay. Okay, so now measure app is there. Sir, how do this project, whether to create new project, proceed with whatever you guided? Okay, so Karthik is asking how to create a new project and proceed is what we are doing right now. The answer to this is you can probably do all this yeah. How you can do all this is probably here is the Unity XRDI. So here you will find this particular video which says how to install Unity. Follow this video, after that you will follow this video and then come to there. If you don't know how to install Unity, how to do anything, you can follow those course material. I'll make a playlist of these videos and you can follow along through that playlist, so that is no problem there. Okay, so I'm going to check the latest APK. First thing I need to do is turn off the auto rotation. So let me just quick share smart view. Don't turn on this. Wait, what is smart view? What is auto rotation here? Where is auto rotation and on? Yeah, portrait lock. Yeah, it's not in auto rotate. It's still rotating, but no worries. Let me go here and find AirDroid again. Yep, got new APK, the sixth APK. Install again, open this. You should be able to detect planes and ignore the top area which we don't want to. Okay, so first detect plane. Planes are detected. Place 1 point, press on add and place second point. Now you can see whenever pressing add, there is no problem of placement at the add button, or is it? Oh, why? Oh, it's still wrong somehow, but let's not get into that. I think 1 point, hit on add, 1 point, hit on add, another point. I think we can do this with this even. Yeah, we can add points. Okay, now so we can add points. Now we have to move that, how to calculate the distance and present the distance between those 2 points. All right, so yeah, let's build that. So what we have to do is we can show the distance between 2 points with various ways. Okay, so the way we want to show is line render. So I'm going to create suppose point 1 and point 2 and create a line renderer between that. So let's create something and add a line renderer component on this line renderer. Okay, so you got a line renderer on this. How you manage a line renderer or how you add a line renderer is somehow like this. So on this line renderer, you will find the option to place 2 points. There is positions. You can see position 1 and position 2. Okay, so suppose if I put x equal to 1 in position 2, this, and hit enter, what will happen? I can see a line drawing from in x axis. Okay, so like this, you can see Okay, so this is the line we draw. If we make it 2, it's twice long. If we make it 5, it's 5 times long, but we don't need that. We will specify these points, start point and end point, from the code. All right, what also we need to do is make sure assign the color on the point and all those things. So we'll be making the point material for this point. So M2 material is good, I think. So let me just add a M2 material on this line renderer. So there is none material right now. I can select M2 and this works fine, but let me also change some properties at M2. So this albedo is not good at all. I want it to be white and not getting affected by the not a standard. I need standard unlit. All right, so this is what I want in this one. Okay, so yeah, looks good to me, but the line renderer has the line width is very strong, so I need to reduce the size of the width. So this much size is, I think, enough, which is 0 point something something. Yeah, so yeah, I think this is fine. This sort of line, if we can represent between 2 points, draw this line, that should be okay. So let me put it back to 0. And also what we also need to have is this one more component which we need to okay, in Z also 0. Okay, one more component what we need to have is going to be, let me add this. Okay, the line is added like this. Oh, okay, awesome. This line is looking good. Okay. So what we also need is a text. So I'll choose, go here and create 3D, and I'll create a 3D text, or you can also choose the text from Text Mesh Pro. So let me check where it is. It's here. Let me place it there, closer to the line. Oh, it should be closer to the line. Why the line is here and the text is there, I have no idea. Okay, let me delete that. This is overrated, Text Mesh Pro. So let me create a 3D text, not the UI one. Let me create this text, 3D text. Okay, so where is this one? Okay, even this one is at this position. There's something wrong with this object. Let me add a line of 1. So this is the line of 1. 1 is 1 meter right now. So the text should be also not at this. Text should be at this position. All right, text is a much bigger. I'm going to make the size of text a little smaller. So that is fine. 15 centimeter if we want to add like this. Make sure it is, hold on, I have the Text Mesh Pro. If they both are same, we can use that. Text Mesh Pro, no, not this one. 3D Text Mesh Pro, awesome. 000. Okay, cool. So now reduce the size a little bit of this Text Mesh Pro. Okay. Okay, this is the size of that particular line, and this is the size of your text. So I'm going to add a text. Make sure first the color of the text, decide something like red. Those are already red, so let me choose something like yellow that you can easily see, or maybe green as well. Green is a very good color of text too. Okay, so I'm going to add a little greenish, little yellowish. Okay, so this color is good. I'm going to write a text here. So yeah, suppose 15 centimeter is the text what I wanted to write. Okay, so I add it somewhere like here, and add it in somewhere middle. Okay. Now yeah, it looks fine. It looks fine. Hold on. Zero, where the zero will be? Why? TextMesh Pro is very, how do I say? Let me make it in center. Also in center. Okay, that is fine. Where do I keep the text? But I need to make the text in center. That is one thing. Also, let's make it here. Even that is fine. Okay, so I'm going to add a script on this, which will care about the text and this particular section. Okay, so let me. The problem is I cannot add this mathematically because it's not following. So I want from here, I want position 0, I want position 1 here, something like that sort of mapping. But right now minus 346 is not what I wanted. So that is if I put it 0, it's going somewhere even else. So that is one problem with this TextMesh Pro system. So let me also cannot even make this game object move like a normal game object. So that is very difficult problem, but no worries, I'll try to fix something. Okay, so what can I do? No worries. What I'll do, I'll try to paste this and let's see what will happen. And I'll try to put this text somewhere else. Okay, so let's just try how we can do it. If it doesn't happen like this, I can also add a text on the screen as well, somewhere like here. So I'll try the possible way, the best possible way right now. Okay, so I'm not going to care about this. I'm going to add one more script here somewhere. So add one more script. Going to name the script about line. It's called draw line. Okay, so I'm going to add a script on this called draw line, and the line drawing script is added. To double tap that, now we are here. First what I'll do, it will take a line renderer. So line renderer, line equal to get component line renderer. All right, so we got our line. Once we got our line, now what we have to do, we have to basically add a function, and on that function the line will get its position. So for example, hold on, yeah, for example, void line position, line draw line. Okay, draw line points. all right, so इसमें हम लेंगे वेक्टर 3 p0 and vector 3 p1. all right, these 2 points this function will take, and this will be a public function so that we can access it from outer side. Okay, so what will happen, so line dot position count, we can set the position count equal to 2. all right, this is the first thing what we need to do. Next what we'll do, line dot position hold on, dot set position should be an array, right? Okay, line dot set position and position 0, and we'll set it to p0, and then line dot set all right, line 1, ये दो पॉइंट्स की पोजीशन we already set it, the position of these 2 points, and also what we'll do, we'll calculate the distance and add the distance of these 2 points. Okay, so now what we'll also have to do that. So let me get TextMesh Pro using text TM Pro, TextMesh Pro. Okay, so I'll take text mesh pro text. This is text mesh suggested. Hold on, what this object is called? This is called the text mesh pro text mesh. Okay, text mesh. Now text mesh dot text is going to be the difference between these two. For example, p0, okay, whatever the p0 is, minus p1. Okay, this vector calculation will do us dot magnitude. Okay, and we'll also add this, since this is a string, we can also do like centimeter. To have the measurement in centimeter, what we'll have to do, we have to divide this by 100, because this result will be in meters, so you have to convert in centimeter. Okay, so this is how you calculate the distance. So I'm calculating distance between points and adding them. Okay, so this should do it, and let me just save the script. Hold on, why this is not public? Okay, now we have to drag our text mesh pro. Okay, now it's done. Okay, we'll see how this draw line function should be called. Okay, so what we can do is we can save this as a prefab, and we'll name it line prefab. All right, and this is of draw line type. So let me just save this line prefab, delete it from here, and here we'll look what we're gonna do. So we have our add function in this point manager. We'll also introduce so this is point prefab. We'll also need public line draw line type ka draw line, and we call it line prefab. All right, so whenever the add function will call, what we have to do is also instantiate game object L. All right, so we can also make a list of that, but I'm not going to do that for now. Okay, so make a list, or we can also keep a list of these points, so that when you'll add functionality, like instead of add, you'll also need edit and remove points. So for that, that will be very useful. So let me also just make that for you, because that you need eventually. Okay, draw line type ka, and that will be lines. Okay, here you can save all your lines. So instantiate from line prefab. The line prefab will be copied, and what will be the points, what will be the 2 points of this line prefab? Now we have to call this line prefab, right? Because the new line prefab is added whenever a new point is added. Okay, so the line prefab is instantiated even when the first point is being added. All right, so we have to care about how this will happen. Okay, so now only instantiate it if the number of points, okay, the point, hold on, sorry, points points dot count is even, okay, is sorry, odd. Points dot count divided by uh, what, 2 equal to 1. Okay, so it's basically checking whenever the it's an even number, then it will happen. Whenever it's an odd number, instantiate when it's odd. Okay, and why we are doing this? Because if we instantiate on even, on 0, 1, 2, so then the double amount of lines will be added. Okay, got it? So yeah, that is basically the logic behind this. And each line will store no, I think this is not the best way of doing this. Let's just or is it the best way? I don't think. Okay, so let's remove this and let's instantiate, generate the line anyways. Okay, and we are going to check if we have a line previous to that then or not. Okay, so let me just add one more line. So if points, okay, whatever the count right now is going, points dot count is greater than 0 or 1, is greater than 0, which means it will not happen for the first time, but will it happen for the rest of the time. Okay, all right, you got the point. L okay, point dot count is greater than 0, then L dot, hold on, this should also be as draw line, and draw line L. Okay, we got it. So L dot draw line points, and we need to input 2 points here. What will be those 2 points? Now we'll collect those 2 points. So the first point will be the current point which is generated, which is very easy to get, is that G dot transform dot position. But what is the previous point? So we have to get that previous point. So the previous point will be we have to check in the list for the previous point, points of whatever the count right now is. So points dot count, and but the count will give you the total size of the point, right? So what we need is the previous point. So minus count minus 2 will be the previous point. Okay, you got it. So point minus 1 will be the last point which was being added, and yeah, point minus 1 which will be the last point which was added, and which is the same point as this one, and the point minus 2 is going to be the point added before that. So this should probably work. Okay, so let me that particular point, which is a game object dot transform, sorry, like this. Dot transform dot position. Okay, so we now it's pretty much done. It's all what we needed. So now 2 points are set, and now it should do anything but everything by itself. Okay, so let's hope for the best, and let's run this code. So now this code should work. We are drawing the line, and we are basically calculating, sending the 2 points to generate here. We have to add the game object so that it start we have to assign this game object this line prefab. So this line prefab is added now. And now for safety purpose, what we can do is we can also create one text box. So even if we fail at displaying that particular object, let me just add this. Okay, so we have this text, and let me make the text size bigger, 50. Okay, and let me make it not overflow, truncate, wrap, and yeah, enter. For some reason I cannot see the text. Make it 1, make it 10. 10 is fine. There's also a best fit option, which is 20 to sorry 10 to suppose 100, anywhere between that, and I have selected the best fit, so this should work. Color of the text, let's choose this white color. Okay, so what we'll also check for safety, that will add the value whatever we are calculating at the line here. So how do we add it? That is also one good question. So this has the reference of all the point manager, has the reference of all the points. I can sorry, not point manager, this spawn object has a reference of all the points. Let me just add the text here, public text. Okay, this is not using UI, so using unity engine dot UI. Okay, so now I can declare public text, which is already declared here, distance. All right, so we have this distance text, and we will assign this distance text here. So we have this distance text, we can assign this particular text. All right, so we assign this, and after that we can, whatever the value we are calculating for distance, this value we are calculating for distance, we can simply also do one thing, which is spawn object plane dot instance dot distance text equal to that particular calculation. So whatever it is, suppose string distance equal to this, and also this, wait, not distance, also here distance. Okay, so that is text distance text, sorry, dot text. Okay, so yeah, that is pretty much it what we wanted. We can probably calculate the distances between 2 points now. So let me build it. So Karthik sir, do this project, whatever. Sir, actually I'm totally new to Unity. If I want to start building, okay, awesome. You can probably build this project. You can find all the related details. Of course, this is a pretty intermediate tutorial. This is not the basic one. So you have to get some sort of knowledge of Unity, but you can get that knowledge from XRDI's XRDI channel itself. So everything really which you require to build this app is already available there. Make sure you subscribe and make sure you learn from there. Okay, so I'm downloading this into my application. Okay, Hopefully it should work. Okay, so we got what we wanted. There is a big line you can see here. Okay, so this is why. Okay, awesome. The planes are detected. I placed, let me try to place 1 point, and even not the 1 point is being placed. And this is the worst that could happen, and that has happened to us. We are not able to place point, and also you are not getting a very good visuals, I believe. I don't know why this is, but let me just also try to refresh the app. I saw a point there, but I don't know why it's not placing anywhere. Okay, so we, I think, pretty much messed this. Let me just check what is wrong with this application. Okay, so let's try to see what we did wrong. This is pretty much working. The line prefab is there, the point prefab is there. The line prefab is in meters, so it's obviously bigger. And line prefab was spawning, which means we must have placed at least 1 point. This is why it was spawning. All right. Yeah, so the point count went up to went greater than 0. Okay, so which means the line was placed, and that could go 0 only when the add point button is the add point definition is clicked. All right, so yeah, that is fine. This was working, which means, all right, so we added this draw line spawn object G. Yeah, that should also work. For some reason it was not. What is this code? Yeah, this code should also work. Draw point, and the point manager is calling the draw point function. This is totally perfect. Okay, so, and also what we can do is we have one more option to find the first position, and that is basically points list of point count minus 2 should work. Okay, this is not a problem. Then the point count will be 1 0, and then the point will be go 0, and then the point will go 1. Oh, awesome. Yeah, the code is totally fine. Code is should work. Let me try rebuilding. I don't know why this is getting problematic. Also, let's instantiate this only when this is greater than 1. All right. Because the next line will be drawn. So this will fix this. This distance is calculating fine, but somehow we are not getting the measurement for the distances, which should not be the case. Okay, so let's try this one more time. Let's try to build this one more time and see the result. We hardly made any change, and but I think previously there was some problem. Okay, no issues. Let me try to send the app again. This is the measure app built just now. Okay, it's sent on my phone. Let me open phone. Okay, so start detecting the plane. Now it has detected the plane, and also you'll see the plane is much more dense for some reason. I don't know what. It's much more dense than earlier, so maybe it's placing the point, but we are not able to see the point. That could be one case. But that should show the distances anyhow. Okay, so it's just not working, but it should work. Let me check the line prefab one more time. Line prefab looks fine. There's nothing wrong with the line prefab. Okay, let me do one thing. Let me create the line prefab from a different code. So copy this and paste it here. Okay, so this is nothing but just the line prefab, the next line prefab. Okay, so I'm going to delete this line prefab and double tap on this. Where is the line prefab now? Hold on. अरे यार. Okay, we have this at the correct position. Let me just make it 0. Awesome. Yeah, looks like we are getting it the correct way now. So reduce the size. Wait, not the whole object, just this. So reduce the size to something like this. All right. Awesome. Now this is the position. Previously we were not able to uh, detect the position of this or this text store component, because obviously that is misleading to have the line render is very misleading because it depends on the position values instead of this. So if for example I give the position value, however let me add the wrong position values. Where is line render? Okay, on this is line render. There is no line render on this for some reason. Let me just add. Okay, I added a line render. I have to go through that once again. Line render position has to be 0. Suppose I'll keep it 0 0 0 0 0. Where is 0 0 0 1? Let me make it 1. Okay, 0.5. Okay, now it's visible on the screen as well. Okay, so the first value is going to be 0.5. Sorry, not sphere. I'm not talking about that. Remove that sphere collider. Open line render. Reduce the width of the line render. Okay. The first position has to be 0.5. Okay. The next position has to be 0.5 again, but in x1. All right, something like this. Reduce the width to that point. Okay. So now the width is much comparable. You can see. Okay, so yeah, this is much better as with something like this. Now add the material which we made for that material. That was, I think, M2 which we made. Yes, M2. Okay, so this is a perfect line render now we have, and I think this is a better representation of position than the previous one. So as you may imagine, point sizes, you can define the sizes and start putting that. Okay, so let me replace this, not with sphere, replace with line prefab. Okay, and also delete this mesh render, maybe. Yeah, remove this mesh render. Yeah, okay, so replace the line prefab, replace anyway, original prefab, variation. So now this, if I copy this line render, where it will go, now it has the same properties even if I turn this off. Awesome. So yeah, this should better work. Now we have this line prefab, and we have this plane, and we have this sphere. Yeah, this should work much better now, and hopefully we are not. One second. Now on the line prefab there should be one script as well, right? The draw line script, which should have a text mesh. This text mesh. All right, so now everything looks fine, and now we should have that working. So yeah, let's just try build one more time. Okay, we have this APK installed. Detect some plane. Awesome. it's not placing even the first point. So we broke the code somewhere and we don't even know. Not placing the first point, which is big problem right now. So something is wrong with the code. Let me try finding this for one time. If it doesn't, I'll make a separate video explaining what was the problem and maybe do it in a tutorial format, because I think it's very hard to follow along because we did a lot of mistakes, and I think it's not the best tutorial we can make. So we have this AR plane manager. Let me go on that. That is fine. Yeah. I think I got the problem. Was the only problem which we were having, and now it should be fixed. Okay, awesome. Is greater than 1. Okay, I think we have fixed the problem now. We were getting one null reference here. Because of that, we were having this problem. I think this should work pretty much fine now. So let's test it. Hopefully it should work now. Okay, this is as what I expected. Let me just check. Okay, now we've placed 1 point. We have to add one more point, and then we add 2 point. Okay, we have added both the points, but we cannot see the line rendering. That is one big problem right now. So add one more point there. Oh, we fixed the point problem, but the line render is not working the way we expected. And we can now check that what is the problem, because we are getting some null value in that section. Maybe this is why. Okay, so now let's try to find what is the problem. So this line is firing properly now. Previously this line was not firing because this was here somewhere after this code. So the error is in this code somewhere. All right, so let's try what we are doing here. So it should be, the first point should be placed, otherwise we do not have to render the second line if the first point is not even placed. Okay, so now talk about the second point. Okay, so we instantiate one line renderer and we instantiate the draw line prefab which is there. So let me just check in the point manager, do we have that prefab correct or not. So go there, and yeah, line prefab is there in the point manager, so this should work. Okay, so prefab is added correctly here, and it has some values, and we will change these values, so we don't have to care about that. It's just working fine. Draw line L equal to instantiate, that is fine. Draw line dot draw line points. Okay, and these points are this particular function, 0.0 and 0.1. Now let's see what is happening here in the draw line. Okay, this is the problem. This is the problem what we are hitting. Just after this line we are running this line. Okay, but the problem is this assignment is not possible because this variable is not assigned, the line renderer is not assigned. So what we have to do instead is make this line renderer public. So it's not a problem, let me tell you. It's the problem of timing, that the line, this start is firing, it's taking some amount of time to fire this start, but this line is calling just after that. So if we can introduce some sort of delay in this line, or maybe we can fix or assign the line renderer earlier in this line, both way will fix the problem. So there was no logical error, but there was one you can say a time-based error in this code. Maybe after this it's fixed because I have added the line renderer as well. So now I can assign my line renderer. Now I can assign my TMP, text mesh pro, and I can update my prefab. Okay, so let me delete that and let me add that again. So I have this line renderer and this prefab. Okay, so what will happen now, I don't need this start, and straight away it will know that what I have to do. So now let's try to run this, and I hope that this will work this time. So yeah, finally let's try to run this. It's just like the Unity is taking some time to assign the line renderer to that particular variable, and we were trying to access that variable before that time. So you need to understand, this is why you need to understand the cycles of Unity, the run cycle of Unity, that what is called first, what is called later. If you mess with that unintentionally even, that could cause a very big problem in the code cycle. Okay, so now copy this, measure app. Okay, we got it. Okay, so I'll try to scan the plane. Okay, the plane scanning has started. I'll tap one point. I'll tap on add to add one more point, and tap the second point here. Okay, so yeah, the code is working, but the problem is again the problem is now related to where the third point will go. So you can see the code is working now, but the problem is like this. Okay, you got it. So now we have to fix, we have to make sure it's updated at the correct time. So now we got it. This is pretty much working, but we have to fix a little bit of issue right now. So I'll probably do that in this iteration. Okay, so now let's also try to make that happen. So what is wrong? Let me just tell you. So here now the point is generated, but the point is not placed. So this line drawing has to be updated every time the point is placed as well. Okay, so there has to be this update code which will calculate the position has to be somewhere else. All right, so let me just tell you where it should be. This draw line points is being called from let me just tell you that from where it's being called from point manager, right? Yeah, from this point manager. Okay, so every time the point position is being changed, every time we are tapping on the screen, we need to update that particular point positions. Okay, we need to update that thing. So the best way to do that right now is update it regularly. So how do you update it regularly? Void update function. That's how you update things regularly, and basically place things here like this. Okay, now you will see a problem that there is no P0 and P1. Okay, so every line will have their unique point sets that where that particular point is. Okay, this will not work because P0 and P1 are the game objects, right? Okay, these are two game objects. Hold on. Okay, let me just make it like this. These are the point managers, and we have to calculate the distances between these points too. So void update, you have to calculate the distances of these 2 points. Okay, so let's not send the values, instead of send the transforms, or maybe even the game objects instead of transforms. Okay, so let do it this way, because I think this is a better way to bind the objects. Okay, yeah, that this will fix it. All right, so instead of this, it will receive game objects P0 and game object P1. The point, it will use P0 dot transform dot position and P1 dot transform dot position. All right, this will be the line position. That's how it will draw. But instead of this, now draw line positions like this. It has to be updated very quickly as well. It has to be updated on many frames, or maybe whenever it's being changed. Okay, so instead of drawing once, let me just change it here. Okay, line count is equal to 2. Cut from here and paste it here. All right, so what we need here is two game objects, game object P0, game object P1. All right, so that's what we needed. And here we'll assign P0 equal to P0. For distinction, some make it small P0, okay, and small P1 is equal to P0 all right, and p1 equal to p1. Line point are 2, and these are those line points which we need to track. And now we will be able to track and draw the line points whenever this line point will change. All right, so we can definitely do that. We know that p0 will never change, but p1 can change. All right, this is one more thing what we need to know. So if suppose have the last position vector 3 last, so this will save a lot of complexity of this algorithm. This is a optimization step, not necessary, but it can save a lot of optimization, do a lot of optimization trick. Okay, so yeah, let's do it like this. Last position of if p1 dot position dot transform dot position is not equal to last position, then this script will fire. Okay, and after the end, the last position is equal to p1 dot transform dot position. All right, if the last position is not equal to position is not equal to last position, means the point is moved. It means point is moved. If the point is moved, then we have to re-render the point and redo everything again. Okay, so yeah, the point one position, point two position, point one position dot transform dot position minus point one dot, this one is much more optimized than previous version, and this should do the job. Okay, so now let's try to render this way, and hopefully it works. Okay, there's no compile error, so let me build the APK again. I hope the end result is going to be awesome. Even if it's not awesome, it will produce something good. That is what my expectation is. APK is built, sent it here. Detect planes. Now it is detecting the plane. Okay, on this plane I'm interested in this point, and the another point I'm interested in, add one more point. Okay, add here, add one more point, add here, add one more point. Hold on, something is wrong. Yeah, yeah, 2 points, add one more point, 1 point, add one more point. Again, the problem is same. It's not taking two different points for some reason. Let me try this application one more time, because I think I did something wrong in using. Scan the plane. Okay, paste one point, add one more, placed another point. What is this? ये क्या हो रहा है? Something is wrong. For some reason it's not working the way expected. Let me just check one more time. Okay, I'm going to check the code that what I did wrong this time. Oh, hold on. Okay, I'm assigning two objects. One object is G, which is the newly created point. The other object is the point -2. Suppose if points -2. Suppose if point is greater than 1, then the point -2 is going to be 0. Okay, this is perfect. 1. I'm assigning the correct points. I'm sure about that. Okay, I'm assigning the point. The last point is this in the array. The current point and the point previous and the last point. I'm assigning 2 points which I need to track. And in this update cycle, what I'm doing is if this point is not equal to this point, P1 and P0 are getting assigned. Now it's referring to P1 and P0. So point 1 is going to be this, point 2 is going to be this. All right, magnitude times 100. All right. It's totally fine. Let me also stop this code like this and test. Oh, okay. Awesome. I think the problem is this: if P1 equal to null, return. I think this is the problem which we were facing in this one, in this case. Okay, equal to null, or also or P0 का भी देख लेते हैं, equal to null. All right, just for safety, have this code there. Otherwise the code is fine. We are tracking the objects and the objects are getting tracked just fine. Also we can do this. Positions 0 equal to P0 dot transform dot position vector 3 position 1. Okay, now we can do just this. अगर इस बार नहीं चला, so I'll quit means I'll make another video about this app instead of creating this from here. But I think this should work, isn't it? All right, so let's test this one more time. one last time. Does anyone has any question in the chat? How many people watching? Current viewers are just 2. Okay, no issues. Okay, so we got our APK, and now let's just test. Start sending the APK measure app. Place first point. Let me also place another point. Add. Okay, I added the point, but point is not getting updated for some reason. Let me check the last position code. If I remove the last position, last position is not equal to last position. Remove p1 to transform dot position. Yeah, that should work. Why it's not working? Okay, the script in on every point. So let me add one more. What is this? Why it's making pyramids everywhere? Okay, for some reason it's making some good pyramids, and I'm not interested in pyramid, but also to which draw line we are sending the code. From here we are sending the draw line of L, the newest draw line, L dot draw line positions, and we are sending our objects. Yeah, I think we you got the idea. For some reason I'm not getting the correct point on the map. We have these points. For some reason they are not drawing the correct thing what we needed. So maybe it's a problem of with the line renderer, but I doubt it. I think it's the problem of, yeah, it's drawing the point, but there is some problem with it. You can see it's just creating one triangle. So I'll let you know that what is the problem and why we are getting this. Okay, so there is some ridiculous problem right now going on. I'll fix the code and I'll send you an update about this, but this is pretty much the background and logic behind any measure app. So the app we will build in these sessions will be the app which will calculate the angles as well. So it will create the distances, the angles, and everything. I'm just going to quit the session for today, and if you guys have any query, please feel free to ask. I know I'm not able to finalize this app today, but I think there must be some problem with the line renderer which we are not getting right now. Okay, any question, guys?
No, sir.
No, sir. Sir, can you create a GitHub repository of this?
Yeah, I'll repost the code in the GitHub repos.
So that I can understand the complete code, and after that I can experiment with the code and testing this my by my own.
Yeah, sure. I'll post a GitHub repo. Okay, so I think this is it for the session.
This video got very lengthy. You also know that.
Yeah, I'll do a optimized video. This video was not supposed to be to get this lengthy, I'll do an optimized video and I'll repost. Okay.
So the fact is that you were building everything from scratch. That's why it took so much time. Or else, all the other
And
YouTubers that
also
they those who create tutorials on YouTube, they have everything means everything they it's ready before they are
Yeah, even
doing
I,
anything.
when I create tutorials on YouTube, so in tutorials we have the everything ready and we just copy paste the code and something like that.
So you were
But
making a complete code from scratch. That's why it took you a lot of time, I think.
yep, yep, I think yes. And I think there is some mistake we are going to have with so I'll fix that once we find the mistake with the life cycle of when the start calls. So because of that, we must be having some sort of null error. It's very hard to identify null errors on device. That was one problem where we stuck. Another problem where where we are stuck right now is uh, probably the wait cycle. So right now, if you
Both
look,
the line renderers are working properly, and the TextMesh Pro is also working perfectly.
yeah, both things
We are
were,
able to measure the distance correctly.
yeah, even the points of on the line render were working properly. We were able to add the correct points of the point placed on the line renders. So the only problem is having we are having right now is related to these object references. So if I show you the object references, the G and the point -2, that is having some problem right now. So I'll make sure that we don't get that loop in the final
Sir, for
video.
tutorials like this, in future, if you can create live sessions by making a live sessions with all the code and everything ready on your side, so it will be a lot more easier for you to
yes,
create the project, and it will not be this lengthy, I think.
Yeah, but that feels like cheating when you are doing live because nobody can follow along and all,
No, sir,
right?
you can have all the complete script in a separate project, and you can
Yeah,
show all the process, all the main procedure in which this project can be created in a sample scene.
just
yeah,
script is ready, and you have to just arrange the script and all object and explain the script, the two three things.
yeah. Okay.
Or